This is a show about popular stuff. Watch it a lot and you'll never get enough. Look, listen. Ba-da-ba-boop.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 2 of Look, Listen. First and foremost, we need to announce we are currently working on potentially a sponsor.
Hold on. I don't know about this. Tell me about this.
Due to our impeccable posture, we have been noticed on the Instagram.
Mm-hmm. The gram.
On the
that's
gram.
what the kids call it these days.
On the
right?
gram
Yes. Mm-hmm.
by a doctor. This doctor shall remain nameless until the sponsorship goes through, but we're working on it. 1 episode, 8 Instagram posts, and a litany of tweets.
I somewhere along the line, I think you told me that we were considered for an ambassadorship to the...
That's very much what this doctor had called it. Our posture was impeccable, and he wanted us to be ambassadors of good health.
That's amazing.
It is.
That's amazing. I can't wait. That's big news. That's really big news. But I've got something else for you, John, and it's a little bit more of a serious topic. It's a hot button issue, right? It's going on right now.
Tell me
You
it's
may
not
have
Jurassic
heard.
Park the Lost
Oh, no. We've moved away from Jurassic Park for a little bit. Okay, you never know. We might get back to it. But there is something. Yes, work it. There is something that is going on right now that is big in the movie industry, I guess a big story, and that is the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences has, I don't know if you've heard about this, but recently they created a new category.
Mm-hmm.
This was a while ago,
A couple months ago,
yeah.
yeah.
Right? Outstanding Achievement in Popular Film, right? Well, yeah, that's what? I don't know. Well, guess what? It's gone. It's just gone. They decided they were going to...
Less than 90 days.
Right, less than 90 days. They were just going to decide to,
kibosh it.
Well, put it on hold, I guess you could say, for the moment, right? So we have some opinions about this and thoughts about this. And these are, of course, our opinions. And, who are we? We are just a, small but incredibly handsome web show with maybe 30-some followers.
That is incredibly true.
Please subscribe to Look, Listen Show.
On Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
Let's get into it a little bit, okay? So, and I'll set the scene, and you roll as well too. So, the Academy, we'll just use that for short. They decided to create this new category, obviously, which, according to them, in their best of intentions, was to recognize a broader range of films, ones that are more popular to the public, ones that actually generate some revenue. As you can only imagine, right? Mm-hmm. This is all about one thing for the Academy, and it's all about ratings.
Well,
right?
kind of.
Mm-hmm.
The TV show, the show itself, is about ratings, and they're having a hard time making it something, worth watching.
Just remember, that television show generates 83% of their annual revenue, John. 83%.
I get that, but if it generates 83% of the revenue and no one's watching it,
right?
That's the problem.
Let's be honest here. You might be an Oscar file or whatever you want to call that kind of a person, but they kind of blow.
Like,
they're boring.
The Oscar viewership
John.
last year was down to, I think, 12.5 million people.
26.7 million people.
So
26 points, but down from 4 years ago at 43.7 million viewers.
Okay, so that is, if it's 83% of your revenue, that is a huge deficit to overcome.
Absolutely.
And the thing you have to realize is that the show itself it's touching on things that the average Joe doesn't care about.
Correct.
It's best technical direction in audio sound mixing.
Sure.
Best independent film of a foreign language.
Yes.
These are made up titles, but you get my point.
Right.
It's things that the average Joe doesn't care about.
Absolutely.
And the length of the show is 4 plus hours long.
Right.
The thought now is, let's do 2 things. Let's create a category that will award the most popular film and shrink the show to 3 hours.
Right.
So you're going to create a new award, which you're probably not going to debut until the third third of the show.
Absolutely.
So what makes them think that the people are going to watch the first 2/3 of the show.
I feel, as most people I'm sure do, they've got a situation on their hands where their viewership is way down, right?
Mhm.
I think that they should certainly look into the production value of the show. Yeah, there's music numbers. Yeah, there's an opening. Yeah, there's a big,
There's
monologue.
a lot of fluff.
There's
I mean,
fluff, but the problem is that once the initial fluff is over, there's just a lot of boring. Let's get through this to the part that everybody wants.
Before you go to where I think you're going,
Yeah.
let me hit you with some knowledge.
Okay.
Okay. So, in the beginning of the Academy Awards, I don't remember an exact date off the top of my head.
Okay. Yeah.
But some of
1913.
something, whatever.
Okay.
Whatever. The 9 most popular movies that were nominated for Academy Award
Right.
included movies like The Wizard of Oz.
Oh well.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Mhm.
they were movies that were not only A, popular, but
Yes.
B, racked in
They're
receipts.
money makers,
Okay?
right? Yeah.
The nominees for Best Picture included Dunkirk, Get Out, and The Shape of Water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm. Excellent movies.
excellent
no
movies
doubt.
across the
Excellent
board.
films.
Okay, but
Mhm.
Dunkirk, 14th in box office receipts. Get Out, 15th in box office receipts. The Shape of Water, which won Best Picture,
Right.
46th
Yeah.
in box office
Yeah.
receipts.
Yeah.
But those numbers drop even further when you look at worldwide numbers.
Right.
Because they're not in a wider market. The big thing right now is MCU. It is the DCEU.
All right.
It is the superhero thing. Those movies, those worldwide blockbusters, and that's the key word right there, worldwide blockbusters are what's
Yeah.
raking in the money, and they're being ignored.
You're bringing that up for the biggest purpose of all this is that at the center of all of this attention is, of course, Black Panther, which as a film, I mean, we adored it, obviously. Globally it was adored. Globally it made huge numbers. It kind of bucked the expectations of most people worldwide.
I think it went above and beyond
Yes, it certainly
expectations.
did.
There was
And-
multiple times in that movie where I cried.
And as a film itself, it was an excellent film. Should it be nominated for a Best Picture? Well, that's up to the Academy to make that decision. Most of the public does agree with that. It seems, however, that the Academy has an opportunity here, or had an opportunity here. One, they needed to boost their ratings. They need to reach a wider demographic. They need to reach a broader style of film. MCU, biggest thing going since sliced bread, no doubt about it. Along comes Black Panther, correct?
Mhm.
Right? Obviously, we have a situation with the Academy over years of not being inclusive in regards to who they nominate. They know that this is an issue. This has been a very, very big thing.
I mean, Patty Jenkins got looked over for Wonder Woman.
Correct, right. So there's naturally an issue with the Academy in regards to the types of films that they nominate and how that's viewed by the public and members of the Academy as well as filmmakers and so on and so forth. Black Panther, obviously, we understand that you had a black director, you had not all black, primarily black cast, crew, and that's an amazing thing. And there's a film that comes along that excites not only the mass public but also has statements to make that are important for the times and for the people that it represents. And, to me, personally, I think that the Academy is sitting there saying to themselves, well, we have this situation on our hands where we're kind of viewed as not being inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
We have a film that comes along that made huge numbers, big impact. Yes, we could nominate it for Best Picture if we feel that film is worthy of that. However, what if we create another film category that will give us the opportunity to recognize Black Panther, kind of dispel the myth a little bit more, whether it be just this year or years to come, of how the Academy is viewed, thereby giving this film an opportunity to win an award. But it doesn't particularly need to be given the Academy Award for Best Motion Picture.
Okay, here's the problem. Okay, the title, in my opinion,
Yes.
is that Outstanding Achievement in Popular Film is patronizing.
Okay, all right.
It is highly patronizing, in my opinion. But if they've done away with it. That's fact. They've done away with that award. So now we're back to Best Picture. Okay, they introduced that Outstanding Achievement in Popular Film idea halfway into the year, and they release the award information. They release the name of the award without any criteria for how or what filters into.
Yeah.
How do you go about getting this award?
That's another thing too.
Hold on.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But if we're now getting away with that, we're now getting back to the crux, which is the best motion picture. So now you have movies like Black Panther, hopefully Infinity War 2, by the way, Marvel movies, outstanding, well-directed, well-produced, good stories. And then you've got a movie like Crazy Rich Asians and other movies this year that may start vying for that Best Picture nom.
Well,
and it may not be Black Panther.
Well,
we don't even know. First of all, we don't even know who's nominated.
Right.
But Hollywood is old Hollywood.
Yeah.
And the Academy of Motion Pictures, Art and Sciences is a drag your feet kind of organization. Okay. In the 60s, they fought back. They didn't understand the social and political revolution that was happening. In the 90s, when DVD, VHS, home cameras became a thing,
right,
independent directors also became a thing, which means independent films started becoming a thing, and they didn't know how to react to that.
All right, so the independent film revolution, I guess you could call it. I don't know. It's just something I came up with. Anyway, so
I love those on-the-spot names.
There's absolutely no reason why these types of films that aren't making big money shouldn't be nominated. I mean, you have a counter argument to the fact, and it's like, well, why wouldn't I support that fact that the smaller guy or gal or whatever it might be, or movie can be successful against these big, giant,
the juggernauts.
The juggernauts.
I can understand why they felt that they needed to create a popular award and the Best Picture award, because the Best Picture, in their opinion, is the pinnacle of the art of filmmaking.
I just see this as an opportunist move, and then I see it as a reactive move. Just recently, where they just decided, okay, we're going to put it on hold for now because the public freaked out and our members freaked out, and you had some very, very big names in the industry that came out against it.
Wait, wasn't one of them Laura Dern?
Yes, actually, yeah, she voiced her concern, obviously, amongst the members, and so Steven Spielberg was one of them. You
guys noticing a trend yet?
Yeah. Well, oh yeah, right, Steven Spielberg. Anyway, no, to be serious, it just seems like to me that this was like, ooh, we have an opportunity here to create an award so that we can recognize the achievement that was Black Panther. Now, everybody wants that. We want that. The world wants it. And why is it that Black Panther is so tied into this? And you can say, oh, it's not really over Black Panther. It's not about Black Panther. Well, yes, it is, John, because every article that you see online has a picture of Chadwick Boseman right there as Black Panther, right in front of your face. You can look at any single article, well, not everyone, but just about any article that you see about this subject has a picture from Black Panther.
Yes, because those in the know feel that this movie should qualify for this award.
And trust me, we all want that.
Based on the criteria listed.
Right.
But the Academy drags its feet. But if a movie like The Shape of Water can win, where you have an amphibious man, and all credit to Doug Jones. I hope to God he sees this, because he is an amazing actor. Caesar.
We're looking at our producer. Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis, that's him. Mike.
We're talking about Black Panther.
We're getting from a movie, and that's my point.
Black Panther as Claw. Yes, we are.
Doug Jones, Andy Serkis. There's actors, hundreds of actors like them that deserve an award. If you want to give an award, give it for best mocap performance. Right. Okay, because those guys deserve it. Best prosthetics, those guys deserve it. But to create an award for, here's a gold star. You guys did good too.
Well, okay, so let me just say my thing, and we're going to have to start wrapping it up and come up with a conclusion here. Because to me, I think that as a broadcast, as a production, as some piece of entertainment that the public wants to watch, not only does the Academy want to make money, but the public doesn't want to have something on their television set that's not entertaining, right? I mean, so it kind of works a little bit both ways. We want to see something more entertaining as a public. We agree that we would like to see categories that might appeal to a broader audience. I certainly don't have a problem with that. I have a problem that it's right now, right here, when Black Panther comes along, and this kind of affords the opportunity for the Academy to come up and say, we're going to create an award that's, for popular film, right? Big blockbuster movies, and they're going to nominate 4 or 5 blockbuster movies. They're probably going to nominate, or they probably would have nominated Infinity War, right? Which, two MCU movies going head to head. But it just seems like here's our opportunity to give the award to Black Panther. And that doesn't necessarily mean that we won't give them a nomination for Best Picture, but we don't have to give them a nomination for Best Picture and then have to kind of dilute the brand. Because that's what we're hearing a lot from a lot of these folks, is that, by making this category, it's diluting the brand of the Oscars, or it's, lowering the expectations. And, I'm kind of a little bit on both ends of the stick here with this, you know? So, yeah, we all want Black Panther to win as a public that loved the film. There's no doubt about it. I want to root for it. I would actually watch the Oscars this year if maybe Black Panther was nominated for awards that you wouldn't think it would be. And it may be.
Well, yes, if we also didn't have 37 different wardrobe changes and a live performance from a song from a movie we didn't care about, and the in memoriam, and yes, you know what, God rest their souls, but if you're going to have one, maybe include everybody and spell their name right. And
okay, but the point of the matter is this, okay? You make the award, okay? You wait for public reaction. You don't even tell anybody how you're nominating these films or what criteria that they're nominated by. You get the public reaction. The public outcry is ridiculous. Public and private outcry is ridiculous. Then you go, oh, wait a minute. Oh, you didn't like that? So, okay, let's bring it back for now.
We're going to study it.
That's total garbage. I mean, if you're going to make a genuine category that is there to celebrate the types of films that, you and I go and watch. Not that we don't love excellent filmmaking and independent category or whatever it might be. I'd like to see those films. That's more exciting. I might watch, clips from the films.
I mean, I agree with you completely. I mean, the Academy actually got me to watch one of my favorite movies. It's a movie that I never thought I was going to see in my life.
Yeah.
Anna Karenina.
Oh, okay.
That was up for an award. I don't even remember how many years ago.
Yeah.
But I was captivated by the scenes they were showing on the show, and I was like, I want to see that.
Yeah, we don't want to make the impression that we are just, I'm not a big MCU guy, but that we can tackle in another episode, of course. But Black Panther came along, and it was different, and it had so much more going on.
If you were to take the Marvel name off of it, it still would have been a good movie.
It was an awesome film. And you know what? Maybe it's, it's a Marvel movie. It's made for everyone. It's made for all demographics. It's got action. It's got adventure. But
Father and
the
son,
message,
kings and queens,
the message
lies
was
of betrayal.
beautiful. Right. The cinematography, everything about it. There was something you knew that was different about this, and something that was so necessary for this film at this particular time. And that's why the Academy feels they need to recognize this film, but it's not like they're willing to just commit to giving Black Panther a Best Picture. And I'm not saying it's because of Black Panther. I really think it has to do with genre filmmaking. It's part of the MCU, and it's all a big part of the thing. Just like with Lord of the Rings, it was nominated for Best Picture 3 times. Amazing that it was. But it wasn't until the final one came out that they actually gave it Best Picture. So anyway, John, we need to wrap it up. What do you think? I mean, are we asking the public here, our 3 people out there,
I'd
what
like their opinions.
Is?
I would like an opinion.
Yeah,
I would
maybe
like to see,
one of you might answer. Who knows?
I'd like to see your thoughts on it, as long as you're not a bot on Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube.
Or the doctor. Maybe the doctor. The ambassadors of posture. Maybe the doctor.
Give us your thoughts.
Yeah.
We'd like to hear what you think, because we have our opinions, and yes, we're just voicing what we think and the information that we've done maybe 10 minutes of research
And to be honest, John, we're not impartial. I mean, we're not partial. We're not partial. We're not partial, are we? I mean, to anything. We certainly don't. We're not trying to root for one film versus. We don't even know what films are going to be nominated.
Exactly. Nothing's
yet,
even nominated. We have till February 24th, I think.
Correct.
Before before the show airs.
You get it.
Well, if you've come this far, we'd be shocked and surprised. But if you have, we'd really like to thank you. So tell your friends, drop us a like, leave a comment, and most of all, follow us here on YouTube at Look Listen.